All right, good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. I know that we just had class of a sort on Saturday, and it was good to get to talk to everybody again. It's been a little while. What I'm going to go ahead and do for today is I'm going to give a recommended set of training ideas, things that you can do in your time if you're at home, that kind of stuff. If you are in a situation where you don't have a lot of space to train, do some shadow boxing. Don't move your feet around a whole lot. Keep your feet, weight balance on the toes, and set yourself a goal. Start off maybe if you're not used to doing this, 3 rounds of 3 minutes. Give yourself a minute of rest in between, and just keep a constant flow of strikes and knees instead of full kicks, so that you don't accidentally knock anything off the wall. That kind of stuff. Just make sure that you've got enough room around you for a full extension of a punch. And at this point, most of you should know at least how to generally do a correct punch. Focus on keeping the elbows down, getting that hand turned over the last minute. Spend some time before you do your shadow boxing, just working slowly the correct technique so that you make sure that those knuckles line up with your target. Spend some time as karateka doing this both from our traditional position of having our hands close to our waist, just for the sake of building up the durability and the strength in the shoulders and arms and the correct hip movement, that kind of thing. And then also spend some time making sure that your hands are up in a kind of a fighter's position, up here where they can protect your face, protect your head, that kind of thing. You need to make sure that when we're doing these drills, especially on your own, you're doing these for real world application and not just passing your next belt test, right? When you're doing your knees, make sure that you are lifting the knee and tilting the hips forward so that you're raising that knee in an upward position. Remember, get your knees up at least waist high, especially because when you throw your mayageri, when you throw your front kicks, you want to make sure that those knees are able to get high enough that you can do a full kick and get your targeting high and have the ability to target where you want to and not just kicking towards the ground. Parents, as you're working with your kids, make sure you're paying attention to these things. Not everybody's at the same place. Not everybody's going to progress at the same amount. Make sure before you do a lot of heavy activity, spend some time doing a good warm up, get the body moving. For most of our students, let's be honest, guys, that should be between 100 and 150 jumping jacks should be your warm-up at this point. And if it's not, you've been slacking, and I know it, and you know it. So get your jumping jacks in, maybe do some deep knee squats, that kind of stuff. Get the body flowing, get the blood pumping, and then spend some time. Do your shadow boxing. If 3 minutes at 3 rounds with a minute of rest doesn't really get the sweat flowing, and you should be pretty sweaty by the time you finish this, bump that up. Do 3 minutes at 5 rounds with a minute rest, or 3 minutes at 5 rounds with a 30-second rest. There's some fantastic round timers out there that you can set however you want, as many rounds as you need, a shorter rest. I think 15 seconds is the shortest rest on the one that I use. But let me tell you, it starts to add up. If you have a punching bag, or you have room to hang a punching bag and have access to one, get your punching bag up and make sure wrap your hands or put your gloves on so that you can protect your wrists. Heavy bags, if you hit those wrong, they can hurt just as much as hitting a person the wrong way. So make sure that you're doing that as well. Wrap or get the gloves on to protect those hands and wrists. And spend some time on the bag as well. Hitting a heavy bag tires you out a lot faster than just punching the air. You get to notice it pretty quickly. A good heavy bag and a good work the 1, 2, 3, work your combinations. That's going to give you a lot of education into how to swing your arms, how to throw a punch, how feedback happens on that punch. If you have a makiwara, some of our people have got makiwaras, spend some time on the makiwara. Start off maybe 100 strikes on the makiwara and start working up from that. But guys, get your punches in, get your kicks in, and get that cardio going. Try to get some good cardio, at least 30 minutes of cardio a day, every day. You can drop that down, the intensity of it maybe on your rest day, and do a long walk. We are still allowed to go on walks outside. But in the meantime too, parents, one of the best things that you can do for cardio for your kids is get out there and play with them. Especially because there's nothing else going on. They don't have their friends they can play with. Get out in the yard, toss the football, chase them around, tag. Weather's going to start getting nice here. You can start playing some games with water guns where they got to run around and dodge. So anything to keep the body moving, keep the body active. The other thing that I want to remind everyone is, we don't go as many places right now, and maybe some people are more sedentary than they normally be. So be aware of that when it comes to food. You don't need as much food if you're not going as many places. So be careful about what you're eating. Make sure you're still getting a balanced diet. Good, healthy intake of food with a balanced nutritional intake is going to be one of the best things that you can do for yourself right now, general health-wise, too, to keep your immune system going. Guys, I miss you all. I'm looking forward to getting to train with you. And as soon as we have a way to do group training through video, I'll let you know. In the meantime, stay safe, be smart, keep training.